Welcome back, boys and girls. Welcome back, friends, trading family, my crypto family. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, of course, we see a little bit more of the story being unfolded in the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin chart, specifically. And we are going to have to talk about how this thing evolved and what the short-term areas for confirmation or continuation could be. Then we are going to re-evaluate all the levels and the targets to be respected. And then, of course, afterwards, we will have a little bit of time to do some Q&A and altcoin requests if we have people in the chat. And of course, we're going to talk strategies about how you could think about setting up for different scenarios being projected here. But of course, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just educational, trying to help you get into the mind of a trader so that you can do your analyses for yourself and start coming up with your own strategies instead of making tutorial videos. I just think it's more useful to be doing it on live charts that you can follow each and every day, because each and every day is a little bit different, and you cannot get these things from tutorials and books. All right, so sit back, relax, have yourself a drink, and I will see you right after the intro. All right, welcome back. So let's get started. First thing that we notice is actually what the price has done since yesterday. So what have we seen? Yesterday was the 8 at blah, 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 18 o'clock, something like this. Kept going up, kept moving on up, and the red box, like I said, was going to be your area for potential rejection. But of course, I did not remeasure this red box area with the local high that we've seen over here. I just put a horizontal line, and this actually just lines up with the continuation of all this. So what happened, basically, price went up into what should be the red zone and totally rejected the price, the high over here. Now, is this a bearish divergence, you might ask? Well, looking at the technicals over here, we do have our high and we do have a lower high. Granted, on the price action, we do have a higher high. Now, as long, because right here we are in the making of a lower low, and if we zoom out on the chart, we can see that price action still has not made a lower low. So potentially speaking, this potential bearish, bullish divergence will hold as long as the price doesn't close below this red line over here. This would be your threshold. This would be your confirmation as to whether the price goes further down south or not. So this is your very, very short term. This is what you should be keeping your eyes on right now. This is why I said it first during the analysis. Now, of course, we still could be dealing with a continuation and an uptrend, and this is where I will be looking at this local high over here, because if price keeps going up, then of course we want to see this one get broken and this one over here as well. Now, because this area here already has a higher high, I'm just going to look at this one because this is the high peak of the RSI, and since this is one nice smooth motion, this is the one that we want to see get broken. instead of having like a series of multiple bearish divergences, we want to see this either get broken or either the price correct further to the downside, get a nice bullish divergence off of this local low, or maybe even further down this one. I don't think this one is in the charts, but you know, nevertheless, never say never. The name of the game is get prepared for anything that could happen, and then at least you will be able to formulate a strategy and react happen. Now, guys, if you like this content, just remember to hit the like button. It's not just to make me money, because seeing how many viewers I get, I'm not making any money off of this, but it just helps the YouTube algorithm to decide whether my content is relevant, and so that it can push my content a little bit further, get more friends in the chat, more of the community joining us, which would make us grow. And it also warms my heart to know that my work is actually appreciated. So please remember, hit those likes. And if you're not subscribed yet, then think about doing that too. Together with the bell notification, then you know exactly when I will be streaming again. All right, so all that being said and done, let's dive into the analysis. Now, for this local high, I will measure off the RSI level. This is sitting at 71 point, let's say 71.1. I used the reverse RSI calculator by Pigs and Bali, and then we fill this in this little box. We check the box, and voila, we get a price level that should line up with what price would need to be for the RSI to be aim height of this here. Okay, long story short, it predicts a level of 59,410. So 59,400 and 400. Okay, let's put 400. There we go. I'm going to set this red line over here, so you do have the labels that will help you to make a snapshot of the screen at the end of the analysis, and you do have a kind of reference, and you know more or less where those boxes did line up for me. Also remember that you need to redo your analysis on your own charts, because every exchange has a little bit of a price fluctuation. This is where aggregators come into play and stuff, but let's not talk about these things. Let's just stick to the meat. So, the local low over here, that's the one we were talking about. This one is sitting on the RSI at 43 point. So let's fill that out again. 43.3, and this, oops, did I do? Oh, gee. 43.3, go. Okay, and this gives us a 57,710. Okay, so basically, this just more or less with that red line over here, you know, line, drag this box up, because it doesn't take a few cents of a difference. Meaning that if price goes down, this entire yellow area could be a potential zone for a bullish dive. So this is pretty nice. And when we zoom out, we bring a little bit more history into play. And what do we see on the volume profile? Actually, the bottom of this range has quite some volume. So potentially, yeah, maybe the price could actually reach down to the edge of the yellow box, which is possible. But rejecting this box would actually be a very strong sign. Potentially, we're going to see then something like this formation over here, where we're going to see a little bit of a rebounds and a retest of the local low before of the lower range before it actually really takes off. Of course, you know, like I said in the earlier streams already, in the past streams, the lower, the more boxes the price action breaks through, the harder it gets to recover. I don't say that it's impossible, but what I do mean is if we actually really see price dip down all the way in the low end over here that we are going to analyze in a bit, if we see the price dip down here, then it's going to take a lot more retests of the lows then in the yellow box, maybe here one or half a retest would be enough. And then of course here getting immediately the pump up that it could just clear for blue skies. Okay, so just seeing the difference um, in strength that the reaction is going to get from each and every one of these boxes and the implementations of the dip to one of those areas, whether it is the one down or the lower one, is going to give a different kind of reaction. So try to think about this while we do the rest of our analysis, and then I will tell you how you can use this in strategy, because it's all about thinking about your strategy and how you can come up with preparations to profit from the market, okay, and profit from the situation. It's when you're really prepared that you can actually use an opportunity. If you're just sitting here waiting and looking at the chart and jumping on any kind of signal that you see, then you're being reactive instead of being prepared and proactive. You know, when you're reactive, then it's more like you're chasing your tail, and at the end, that's what it's going to feel like. You're going to be very emotional, and it's not going to be a nice experience to be trading like that. So yeah, try to focus and try to get a little bit of discipline in this way of thinking, so that you can actually enjoy this much more than anyone would enjoy any kind of other work, because that's what we're doing, right? Looking for alternatives, alternate lifestyle, better lifestyle. Okay, so now the local low over here, because I keep digressing, and it's just, you know, I find it interesting and important to put that message out there. Well, so 26.8 on the RSI. Yeah, it's 26.8, and this gives us 56,300. So this is for the 1 hour chart. Actually, not really sure how much want to how much faith I really want to put in this, because we are actually hitting the rather large areas here, and it seems like there is no end to this entire situation. But you know what? Let's go over to the 3 hour chart and let's re-measure this local low over here. Let's see what this gives us. Got 32.3. Do it like this, 32.3. And okay, this gives us 55,300. This is more than so somewhere right under this wick. Work with that. Do it like this. All right. Okay. So this is a very short-term analysis. Why do I do only short-term? Just because this is a very short move. The local low has been set 2 days ago, so you don't want to bring in very long time frames or very high time frames, because then eventually you're just going to have like 5 or 6 candles, which is not enough to really do an analysis on. What you can do is use the daily and then remeasure from this area over here, or maybe even the 10 hour chart. we can do that if you like. Hey, time travel, how are you doing? Yeah, finally, live in the session again. Welcome back, welcome back. Hope you're doing all right. So yeah, I'm going to continue here on my merry way. Um, on the 10-hour chart, what do we see actually? We see that this bearish divergence over here has actually been playing out. I don't see any kind of bullish divergence just yet, except for maybe this over. So this one could maybe be the one that we are going to see getting played out. But then again, when do we confirm this? It's going to be confirmed as soon as the price appears over this red box over here. So, I even feel comfortable enough to remove the upper red line because the long term actually tells me that breaking above this red box over here would lead to a very nice breakout. So, yeah, beautiful stuff. Um, cool. So, what else can we come up with? Let's use some Fibonacci tools. Let's do a little bit of retracement. Let's see what that comes up with. See, we go from here all the way up here. And what do we see? Actually, the price has been bouncing off of the 0.5. Well, actually, in between the 0.5 and the 382. Now, what, guys? I'm going to remove. Going to make the chart a little bit more like this. Yeah, and redraw the Fibonacci tool. Oh, do it again. There we go. Something like this. That's going to be more readable. So, yeah, the tool has the price has bounced off of yeah, actually smack in the middle between the 382 and the 0.5 on the Fibonacci. Does this mean that actually we could see the price dip down lower? Basically, anything is possible. But I do feel a strong case over here for the 382 to be a retest just because it lines up in the middle between the yellow zone and the red zone. So we do have this large volume node sitting over here, which could be a strong area for support. So this is actually really cool. Hey Charles, hello, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome. So yeah, I'm almost at the end of my analysis. Just a little bit of a recap. Let's do this. Okay, so what do we got? Wait up. Let me take this horizontal ray. I'm going to extend it. There we go. So basically we're just rejecting this red zone over here. Potentially, this means that we could see some pressure down. When is it going to be confirmed? As soon as the price enters this yellow zone, we are going to see more pressure down. At the edge of the red box and the yellow box, we are nearing in the area for a bullish divergence with this local low over here, and also we do see quite some volume being present over here. So all in all, I think this could be a nice situation for a buy the dip. Why? Because this high and this high are just a continuation pattern. It's just normal further progression, but we get a lot of strength from this here and this here being a bullish divergence. So if price dips down even a little bit lower and we get another nice strong signal, this would just help the price to be propelled up to higher highs. Of course, that doesn't mean jump on a long right now. Right now, it's not confirmed just yet. Maybe if you're not in a long position, I would set up for a breakout trade over here on this on the line of the red box at about 59,400. Because as it is postured right now, if price pushes up and above this, then even if there is a little bit of a pullback, I don't think it's going to come lower than 59,000 or maybe 58,000. So that could be an opportunity already to step in a little bit and then add up on your position as the price comes down to look for more support and more picker uppers. Then if the price actually is going down, once it breaks the 57,700 area on my exchange, so the edge of the yellow box, then potentially I do believe that the price is going to try and reach a little bit lower. Rejecting the red box and breaking up would already be your first entry position. If price dips in the yellow box and starts to reject the yellow box, then this area here could also be a nice entry position. But think about these things as you set up your charts and try to be more proactive than reactive. Okay, don't be chasing the highs, don't be chasing the lows. Just get ready to catch the price as it is rejecting the targeted area. Okay, it's not important to get the ultimate low as long as you have the price where it is confirmed, then still you can make a good profit. Okay, so very important not to try and be the most performant, because then you will actually be making a lot of bad trades. Really wait until you have the confirmation, which is for now either pushing out outside of this red box or entering the yellow box and rejecting it again, or entering the red box and rejecting it. Okay, it's either one or these three. Okay, cool. So this is for Bitcoin. This is the way I would see my setup work. Of course, you know, this is not financial advice. Please keep remembering this. This is just an educational way of showing you how I do think about my strategies and how I set up for if and when price hits the targets, about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to play it. Okay, so I want you guys to meditate on these things for yourself. It's very important. Don't do as I do, just do as I say. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, all right. So wrapping this thing up, we're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance and oh my God, do we have the impression that the dominance is getting bottomed out? Yes, we could. We might actually see a sort of bottoming out from the dominance, but if we try to use the divergence thingies, then I do believe that this would be a very unresolvable bearish divergence. So chances are that the dominance is either going to go sideways or sideways downwards, rather than just being picked up and going ballistic and all the way up. But of course, like I said, looking at these divergences on the dominance is still very experimental. I know question is how long are we going to stay in this experimental phase? Well, you know, until I feel more comfortable that what these things read off could also be applied on the dominance. And, you know, there's no quick way around these things. Sometimes you just need to accept that getting to know new indicators, getting to know new ways of reading the chart just takes time. Okay, there is no quick wax on, wax off trick. It's just take your time and be fair and honest to yourself. As long as you don't feel that you have mastered it, don't don't try to act like you mastered it. Awesome, awesome. Super happy that you guys are getting along in the chat. Really, really, really. Oh, sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Welcome, welcome in the chat as well. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. Oh, her feelings get hurt so quickly. So, guys, give her some comfort too. I think she's gonna need a good hug. Um, let's have a look at the dollar. What is the dollar doing? And oh my God, this looks like dog shit. But yeah, dog shit with a good flavor. If I can say it like this is this is what the dollar chart is going to close on today, because today is Friday. During the weekend, the Dixie doesn't trade and it's closing off on a bullish divergence. And if I'm not seeing this wrong, on the other side, a potential bearish divergence. Yes, we have a double winner, guys. It's, yeah. Go USA. Um, so yeah, how are we going to cut this down the middle? It's yeah. Maybe we're gonna have to look at the higher time frames. Maybe the higher time frame is going to show us a little bit more interesting things. And no, same thing. Same thing. We got bearish divergence over here, not confirmed by, because it hasn't broken the local low over here, and a bullish divergence over here, also not confirmed because it hasn't broken the latest high. So yeah, this is yeah, beautiful, beautiful. That's the dollar for you. Go fetch. Go fish. You know what? Let's look at the traditional markets. And E-mini futures has shown particularly a lot of strength, completely resolving the potential bearish divergence. Just looking good, looking really, really good. Maybe a little bit of a pullback, just doing one of those arches and then going back up. But I think this is just your opportunity on the way down to get some more traditional stocks if you are in that kind of game. Of course, we are not, but you know, sometimes it's good to be looking at correlated markets, because it gives us a little bit more insight as to what we could be expecting from Bitcoin. And honestly, I think Bitcoin right now is looking rather dashing. We have a nice continuation, higher lows on the RSI, higher lows on the RSI over here as well. Now, all that we need is actually to pierce through, and then, of course, this is all the way sky high, and you know, let it fly. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart. Is this going to happen over the weekend? Well, potentially it is possible. On the long term, I would say that this chart is actually looking really, really, really good. On the short term, I'm not so sure on the short term. This is why we do have those levels set, and this is what I would be trading if I were you, especially if you're into day trading and all that kind of messy stuff. Messiness is so good. Um, this is what I would be focusing on. You have your levels, you have your different levels. Try to keep an eye on this and meditate, meditate, meditate about your strategies. Think about how you are going to play every one of those different situations if the price reaches a target, finally manages to reject it. What is it going to happen if the price reaches a target and breaks through? What are you going to do? Okay, so this is kind of the strategy that I want you to formulate for yourself. I've given you enough information as it is, and then as of the video, I will wrap it up. I thank you very much for watching, and if you want to have some opportunity to request some altcoins, then yeah, you're shit out of luck. You should be in the live stream. So remember, tomorrow I will be streaming, same time, same channels, same chart, every time the same over and over again. 5:30 p.m. UTC. Be there, or watch the video afterwards. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Great day.